Chapter 44. Having the Bags Packed. I've been a death freak since I was 8 years old. Weird, right? I used to love watching birds because it got me out of the house and into the woods where I felt quite comfortable. One day, I came upon a bluebird's nest, a rare sighting even back in 1956. It had been knocked down from the branches of an alder tree, and there were 4 dead chicks still in it, their throats cut, apparently by some insane person. I wept uncontrollably at the crime scene for perhaps an hour. I had no idea where to put that kind of cruelty. And it started my precious contemplation of death. You have to admit, if there's one weird thing about life, it's that we die and all our machinations mean what? One assumption I began to question is whether it's true that a long life is good and a short life bad. Is there some kind of reward for just breathing longer? Jesus and Mozart, both favorites of mine, died at 33. Were their lives inherently incomplete? Is longevity really a measure of quality? The longevity movement seems off to me. Have I succeeded because my body decays more slowly than yours? One might be totally unhappy, but he or she can really draw out their misery by following precious protocols and diets. One of our fears about death is whatever comes next might not be as much fun as being here on this planet. This is true even if we're not fully enjoying this planet during the precious moments we get to be here. This is a better the devil I know kind of fear. I have witnessed a fair amount of death in my life. I've actually been a death coach, being deeply present for parents and friends while they die. The people who left with some certainty of a belief seem to have had an easier time letting go than those who had deep fears of the unknown. I have a belief that helps me. It's simply my belief, but I share it because I find it useful. I believe in reincarnation. I think of how I felt so close, intuitively connected with so many people who have come into my life, how I've enjoyed and learned from even the most difficult of dances. I feel I've known many of them previously. I also try to treat the people in my life really well because of this bigger lens through which I view our relationship. We're going to have another shot at understanding and learning from one another the next time around. This belief gives me comfort in the face of the certainty that we're here one moment and will be gone the next. I've also made a great effort to get to know the ocean and be amused, even tickled by my wave-like nature. It's a form of preparation. Being ready for death means knowing life could end in a second, that we have a limited amount of time to start treasuring it. I don't find it morbid to embrace life this way. I think it's smart. Being ready for death also helps clear the debris of regret. Finish as much unfinished emotional business as you can. Make those calls, send those letters. Perhaps you can't sing Kumbaya together, but at least send wishes to all the people you've sparked with to have a good life. Be honest with yourself and others. Confess your regrets and make a sincere commitment to do better in the face of your emotional library of habits. My experience after the initial period after death is that you shift into a huge understanding of essence love, which before death gets obscured by worries and daily struggles. The first experience after death, after you've released your earthly concerns, is contact with this essence love, the love you're built from. This makes our prejudices and opinions fairly small. There have been so many accounts of people coming back from near-death experiences, and they all say pretty much the same thing. It's a shockingly beautiful, life-altering experience to see our earthly struggles from a perspective free of the body and its concerns. White light, heavenly imagery, pretty amazing stuff. Contemplate dying and make an effort to die with as big and gracious a perspective as possible. When you're going off on the journey of a lifetime to some exotic land, you do some planning. You pack, you get visas. In some ways, all our effort and presence practice, kindness to self and other, confession and positive regret is preparation for the big aloha. To go out with as happy a mind as possible. It's my belief that both the good and negative habits of our minds remain with us for a time after death. This state is like a dream state, and it affects how our mind experiences bodilessness. It's taught that in Tibetan Buddhism that training in presence and kindness now will influence our choice of rebirth after death. That's why we meditate on death and practice joy, to prepare ourselves to make more conscious choices at death. It's like a game of musical chairs, and when the music stops at the darndest times, there we are with no chair to claim as our own. Smart people have their bags already packed and their visas in hand. Sometimes all this preparation and philosophy doesn't alleviate the grief of losing someone precious. I grieve until grief is ameliorated by time. I hate someone falling off the boat. It's just strange how all that sharing, all those good and bad times, vanish. Poof. No one's there. All my practice and contemplation go out the window when I lose someone precious, and I just say, ouch, in my loudest, most protesting voice. I've shaked my fists at the sky. Not that my tantrums have gotten anyone back or changed anything.